So what's up? So this take's gonna be about Bill Cosby getting a 3 to 10 year bid in the state pen in Pennsylvania. Um, his actions led to it, you know. However, he is one of the greatest comedians ever. Um, One of the most important black entertainers ever for his time and his period of what he meant. Because without Cosby, there wouldn't have been a Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, and I can go on and tell you he paved the way for a lot of TV fathers that were African American and what they represented. So I have to, as usual, and I've learned this a long time ago, you have to separate the gift and the act from the person. And what he did to these women was deplorable and sad. And also with Bill Cosby, I didn't like his strong-handed talk about black folks talking about that you need to do this and do that because what he was doing was ethically and morally wrong. And he'd been doing it for many, many, many moons. And the thing is this, like I said before, I can separate the two because there are no saints in the entertainment business. I don't care who you are, you know. Because usually people will scream to the highest highs to be seen and be heard. And he was a very influential figure. I mean, Bill Cosby, at one time he was up there as far as a black Mount Rushmore entertainment industry. He's up there with the likes of Oprah, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones. That kind of black royalty in Hollywood. But this is it's sad because of the victims and everything that went on with that. And it's also sad because this man is an elderly blind man now at 81 years old. And there are going to be people who are not going to remember his legacy. They're going to use this against him, even though, let's be realistic. And I will give Sinbad, the comedian, much respect. Ain't nobody taking back no money or nothing. I mean, they made a ton of chunk off of Bill Cosby. And I still love Fat Albert in the Game. Always will. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. Fat Albert in the Game was like Soul Train for me back in the day. So, I learned to separate the two. The Cosby Show's iconic show. A very important show. I wasn't as big on the Cosby Show as I am with Good Times and the Jeffersons and Sanford and because it wasn't about the upward mobility. It was just that there was a certain thing that it was like a uppity better than, and I didn't really feel that. But like having said that though, um, one can only just pray for Bill Cosby. I ain't burn nobody when they're down. The same thing with the victims who went through everything. Just say prayers because it's a no-win situation. It's a very unfortunate situation. Um, it is a sad time for a black icon because they don't have a lot in Hollywood or what have you being real. I'm talking about real. I'm not talking about people that they pseudo brand and blow up. Cosby is one of the biggest heavyweights in entertainment ever. So, um, you just can hope that his family can keep it together and that he will pray and exorcise those demons and make amends with the victims and also with himself and find salvation and also ask God to forgive the sins, because it's about forgiving and moving on. And it's really just sad on all levels. So he got a 3 to 10 year bid, says eligible for parole in 3 years. And it could have been more steep. They took some of it out and he's paid some money, but he has to make amends. And so it's just all I can say about that. But I will, thoughts and prayers with the victims. And I'm not changing from watching his classic movies or his shows or his routines because, I'm not going to act like it never happened, because it did happen and it mattered, because, let's be realistic. He was part of lives for like 5+ decades. So you don't sit here and act like, oh, I don't know who he is no more. People be tripping me out with that, especially when they use it against black entertainers, unless somebody die. You let Bill Cosby die today tomorrow, and you're going to see them clean him up a little bit, because that's what's going to happen. But I'm here to say that, I always admire the talent the man displayed and what he did as far as an entertainer go. But I don't condone his actions against these women, and I don't condone some of the things he said about African Americans, about trying to hold some mobility and upwardness, when all this stuff comes back to fly him in the face. So that's my take on Bill Cosby. It's a sad day, but it was justice that had to be happened. So that's my take on Bill Cosby. Feel free to hit those comments. Feel free to subscribe. Peace.